Hello Singaporeans, for budget 2025, let us take a closer look beyond the goodies. Following PM Wong's announcement of Singapore's financial year 2025 budget statement on February 2025, mainstream media has actively promoted it as a package of goodies delivered by the newly minted Prime Minister. Many radio and TV talk programs have focused on the CDC vouchers, digital cash vouchers provided to every Singaporean for use at specific participating hawkers, heartland merchants, and supermarkets. Budget Day now resembles Boxing Day, where citizens are limited to unwrapping gifts from the PAP government. A country's budget serves as an annual assessment of the government's performance, a review of its social compact with citizens, and an appraisal of how well the governing political party has fulfilled its election manifesto. The budget comprises two key components: resource allocation and revenue generation. Resource allocation details how the government distributes its financial resources across different sectors such as education, healthcare, defense, infrastructure, and social services. This process helps prioritize spending on areas critical to national growth and well-being, while ensuring that resources are allocated equitably to serve the diverse needs of society. For instance, in financial year 2025, the Ministry of Health is allocated $14.4 billion, making up approximately 12.2% of the total budget. Singapore's population has grown by 6% in the past decade, from 5.65 million in 2015 to 6.05 million in 2024, while the proportion of residents aged 65 years and over has increased to 18%, up from 17.3% the previous year. This indicates an aging population that will require more extensive healthcare services. The Ministry of Defense is allocated $17 billion, which represents about 14.4% of the national budget and 3.5% of Singapore's GDP. To put this into perspective, this percentage ranks among the higher defense expenditures globally, even compared to NATO countries, some of which are currently engaged in military conflicts like the war with Russia. To better understand these figures, consider healthcare infrastructure. OECD countries have an average of 4.7 hospital beds per 1,000 people, whereas Singapore is projected to have only 2.7 beds per 1,000 people by 2029. Despite this growing demand for healthcare services, Singapore has built only one new general hospital in the past decade. While government officials may argue that quality of healthcare matters more than the number of beds, the fundamental question remains: are our resources being distributed fairly and effectively to meet the pressing needs of all citizens? What do you think? Next is revenue generation. It outlines how the government raises funds primarily through taxation. A well-structured budget ensures efficient revenue collection while maintaining fairness and equity, ensuring that the tax burden is proportionate to individuals' ability to pay. Key statistics: the top 10% of households earns about around 200,000 per month, which is 33 times more than the bottom 25% who earn approximately 6,000 per month. This stat disparity underscores income inequality in Singapore. The goods and service tax (GST) is 9%, applied uniformly to all purchases. While this flat rate ensures broad tax collection, it disproportionately impacts lower income households as they spend a higher percentage of their income on necessities compared to wealthier individuals. For perspective, average household spending on transportation in Singapore by the bottom 25 percentile accounts for 16% of monthly income, while the top 1% of earners, it is just 0.3% of their private transportation. Singapore does not have a capital gains tax or estate duty, which means that wealth accumulation, especially through investment and inheritance, remains largely untaxed. Introducing this tax could contribute to a more progressive system where the wealthiest individuals contribute a fairer share to national revenue. What do you think? These disparities raise questions about whether the tax structure genuinely promotes economic equity. A fair and equitable budget should not only focus on generating revenue, but also on ensuring that fiscal policies do not exacerbate inequality. The figures presented highlight the importance of having diverse perspectives in policy discussions, especially in a parliamentary system where many representatives belong to the top 1% of income earners. Ensuring that all voices are heard and considered is crucial for shaping policy that serve the broad spectrum of society rather than disproportionately benefiting the wealthiest segments. What do you think? Lastly, I would love to hear your thoughts. I am Ben Puah from Red Dot United. Thank you.